Right now, somewhere in your blood, there's a scar from a disease that killed 1 out of every 3 people in Europe. Not a metaphor. An actual mutation sitting quietly in your DNA, doing nothing until it mattered. You didn't earn it. You didn't choose it. Your ancestors did the dying so you wouldn't have to. Here's the part nobody tells you about human history. It's not really survival of the fittest. It's survival of whoever's immune system didn't quit first. And some of the diseases that decided who got to become your ancestors were so brutal, so fast, so absurd that if they showed up tomorrow, you wouldn't believe the headlines. Let's start with the one that almost ended everything. The Black Death, 1347. A fleet of trade ships drifts into the harbor of Messina, Sicily. Most of the sailors on board are already dead. The ones still breathing are covered in black, swollen lumps, coughing blood, burning with fever so high they can barely stand. Within days, the disease is loose in the city. Within 4 years, it has killed somewhere between 75 and 200 million people across Europe, Asia, and North Africa. Some towns lost 60% of their population. Not 60% got sick. 60% died. Bodies piled up faster than anyone could dig graves. Doctors at the time had theories. Bad air, God's punishment, the wrong alignment of the planets. They wore leather masks shaped like bird beaks, stuffed with herbs, convinced the smell itself was what was killing people. It wasn't the smell, it was a bacteria called Yersinia pestis, hitching a ride inside fleas, hitching a ride inside rats, hitching a ride inside the cargo of every single trading ship in the Mediterranean. And here's where it gets stranger. Some historians believe the plague permanently rewrote human genetics. People with one specific mutation, a mutation that changed how. Their immune cells fought infection, were more likely to live. That mutation got passed down. It's still sitting inside millions of people alive today, and most of them have no idea their ancestors were the ones who didn't die. Your body remembers wars you were never told about. But the Black Death wasn't even the deadliest disease we've survived. Not close. Fast forward a few hundred years to smallpox, and the math stops making sense. The plague came in waves. Smallpox never left. For over 3,000 years, it was killing someone, somewhere, every single day. In the 20th century alone, before it was finally wiped out, smallpox killed an estimated 300 million people. That's more than every war of that century put together. World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Stack them all up, smallpox still wins, and it's not close. It worked slow, and it worked cruel. Fever first, then a rash that turned into fluid-filled blisters, covering the skin, the mouth, the throat. The skin would crust, then scar, then sometimes peel away in sheets. Survivors were left blind, or permanently scarred, if they survived at all. 3 out of every 10 people who caught it did not. And yet, smallpox is also the reason vaccines exist. In 1796, a doctor named Edward Jenner noticed something odd. Milkmaids who caught a much milder disease from cows, called cowpox, almost never caught smallpox. So he did something that would get him arrested today. He took fluid from a cowpox blister and scratched it into the arm of an 8-year-old boy. The boy got a mild fever. Nothing more. Then Jenner exposed him to actual smallpox. The boy never got sick. That one experiment became the foundation for every vaccine you've ever had in your arm. The word vaccine comes from vacca, Latin for cow. You're welcome, cows. We didn't just survive smallpox, we reverse engineered it into a weapon against itself. Then there's the one that moved faster than anything before it, the 1918 flu. This one didn't crawl across the world over years like the plague did. It circled the entire planet in months, using something no disease before it had: global transportation. Soldiers packed into ships and trains at the tail end of World War I carried it from camp to camp, country to country, without ever knowing they were carrying anything at all. In some cities, so many people died so fast that morgues ran out of coffins and streetcars got converted into hearses. And here's the part that still doesn't add up. It wasn't the elderly or the very young who died the most. It was healthy adults in their 20s and 30s, killed in days by their own immune systems overreacting so violently their lungs filled with fluid. Your body's defense system, turning into the thing that kills you. In total, it's estimated to have killed somewhere between 50 and 100 million people, more than both world wars combined, in about a single year. 3 diseases, 3 different centuries. Same pattern every time. Something invisible shows up. Nobody sees it coming. It spreads faster than anyone can explain, and by the time we understand what it even is, millions of people are already gone. Here's what should actually sit with you. You are not separate from any of this. The reason your immune system reacts the way it does. The reason certain populations carry natural resistance to certain diseases. The reason a vaccine can even talk to your body in a language it understands. All of it was written by outbreaks that happened long before you were born. Every fever you've survived, every shot you've ever gotten. It exists because somewhere at some point, something killed enough people that we were finally forced to learn. You are walking proof of an arms race that has been running for thousands of years. One side keeps mutating. The other side keeps adapting. So far, we're still here, but so is the plague bacteria, frozen in permafrost. So are strains we've never dug up yet, sealed inside bodies nobody's found. So is whatever comes next, mutating somewhere right now, completely unnamed. The deadliest diseases in human history were never defeated. They were survived, and somewhere down the line, something else is already waiting to see if we can do it again.